Hello, welcome to North Greenville University's discussion of the Blackboard Collaborate session. So you want to you want to schedule a session with your students. What do? Come into your North Greenville University course, go under Control Panel, and we're going to go under Course Tools and look for Blackboard Collaborate. When you click into Blackboard Collaborate, you see the option Create a Session. So we are going to schedule a session. And you see the label here. You can go into it and maybe you say this is my introduction to the course, so you can retitle this session name. You may want to leave the name of your course there and just title the session. Under start time, you can pull up the calendar. So I want to do this today. I want to actually start it now. Um, so I will say, okay, 2 o'clock today. And then you'll give an end time. It needs to be at the end sometime when you think you're going to be done. I am not going to take very long, so I am going to find my time and give it about 15 minutes. Done. Uh, Sometimes when you are choosing an end time, you need to kind of give yourself plenty of time to close the room out, but you also don't want to pick such a greater time that you're waiting for the session recording to finish, because what happens is the recording will not complete and begin to put itself into Blackboard for you until after that end time is complete. And sometimes it takes a while anyway for that. So just pay attention to the start time, end time. If you're wanting to create a room for students to come into at any time to dialogue with one another, say in groups, you may choose your start time today and your end time the end of the course, so that they can enter at any time in the session. We're leaving the session type as a course. You have teleconference options. I always say use built-in so that they can call in on their phone. We're going to leave the room attributes as manual recording. You could change this to automatic so that it would record as soon as you walk in the door. But sometimes you want to chit chat with your students before the actual time to start, quote unquote, your class. And then there are different options you can choose for permissions and so forth. And if you have saved a PowerPoint under the WPB whiteboard that they created, which basically means you have to upload it into the class and then save it from there, and then bring it to here to attach the file. So you could attach the file here if you had one of those, but it has to be in these particular formats to be able to upload. But there's another way to upload PowerPoints when you get into the room as well, so you don't have to preload them. You could decide if you wanted to add a grade column into the grade center and give points for students who participated, and it'll let you know the students participated automatically and will record it there, or you can turn it off. I'm going to turn it off for right now. And then roles and access, we can leave it open, uh, allowing all users to join, or you can restrict access and then state if you restrict access, then you have to list your participants and the moderators. For this purposes, I'm going to give access to everyone. And then when you're finished with deciding all of these, you can save. And this session must be scheduled in the future, right? Uh, okay, and then the early session entry is 15 minutes. So I need to give a little bit more time into the future. So I'm going to make it 3 p.m. and end that at 3:30. Done. Okay, early session entry time. This is how much time somebody can enter early. You may want to give them 30 minutes to be able to go in and play with the features and make sure everything's working before the class starts. I'm now going to save it. Hopefully this works. And then you see your scheduled recording down here, the start date and end date, who created it, what session type it is. If you go beside the course session that you've labeled, you see you can go back in and edit the session if you think that there was a problem. You can always delete the session, invite guest, and here we're going to click on add link so that I can put this link into the course for other students to see. In doing so, you see the outline of the course showing up. I'm going to go to week 1. Well, I don't want to put it under the assignment folder. I think I want to put it in the normal week area. So I'm just going to click on week 1, details. I'm going to type in, please watch, please join me for a quick, and you can say a quick introduction, and then you may want to give them date, time, and so forth. Whatever description you want the students to know, you will type here in the description area and then save. Now I'm going to go to that area where I wanted to place it, and I'm in week 1, and see it has shown up at the bottom of the screen. I'll make sure my edit is on. If your edit feature is not on, you will not be able to make any changes here. So I'm going to move it to where it makes sense for me. So I'm going to move it up and put it above the right after the objectives here. I want students to be able to see it right away and know I'm going to do it early in the week, so I would like them to see it. You can place it anywhere where it makes sense for your students, and then I recommend submitting an announcement stating it's there and linking to this place. So we have concluded. We have actually scheduled a session, and it is now in the place in Blackboard for students to see. Thus concludes our first discussion video. Thank you.